Once you've developed a clear and logical argument in support of or against a resolution, you need to think about your delivery, how your audience is going to hear your argument. And this is really important. You need to think about who is your audience, because the way you speak and what you say should change depending on who is listening. Now here's a really obvious example. Imagine you're talking to a group of 6-year-olds, or you're talking to a group of university professors. The kind of language you would use, the content, the length, and the humor you would use would be totally different for these two groups. So you need to think about who is your audience. Now for our debates, your audience is going to be your fellow classmates. So think about yourself. What do you and your fellow classmates like? What kind of language? What kind of humor? What kind of examples should you give to appeal to your audience? When you're delivering an argument, it of course needs to be logical, and you need to support it with examples or statistics, but you also need to have an emotional aspect to it. If you deliver arguments like this in a monotone, people are going to fall asleep. And when I say emotional, I don't mean that you pretend to be really happy or you tell a story and you're really sad. I mean that the people listening to your audience believe you and trust you, find you credible. So let me give you an example of this now. Let's say the resolution is, in families where only one member works, the father should work and the mother should stay at home. Now, think about your audience. Your audience is probably more than half women, and probably most of them wouldn't agree with this statement, and probably most of the men wouldn't either. So you're in a difficult place because you're saying that basically women should stay at home and men should work. Now, I don't think that should be the case. I would hope that in a family both men and women work. But if I'm going to support this resolution, and I'm going to give arguments to convince you to support this resolution, I need to use both logic, facts, and emotion. So here you go. Unfortunately, our society is not equal. We do not live in a just, equal world. In the real world, unfortunately, men get paid more than women. It's a fact. For every dollar that a man makes, a woman makes 86 cents. So unfortunately, in the real world, if you have a man and a woman who both have the same university degrees, same experience, same qualifications, doing the same job, the man will be paid more. I don't like that. I think that's unfortunate. I wish we lived in a more equal society, but this is the reality. So, if the situation is where only one member of the family is going to work, it should be the man, because he will bring more money into the family. Again, I hope that this will change, that in the future men and women will be paid equally. But considering this reality and these facts, we must support this resolution. So what I tried to do there is show that even though I don't like the situation, and I'm sympathetic to the fact that women are paid less, and I know it's a bad thing, I can still use this fact to support the resolution, to support my argument that men should work and women should stay at home. And by showing my own emotional feelings about that, that I don't like this, that I think it's unfair and unjust, I'm trying to make you see me as someone who's believable, authentic. I'm a real person. I'm not some politician just talking about whatever. So A motion doesn't mean that you're happy or you're sad. It means you're presenting yourself as a real person who really understands the issues that are being discussed.